G'day guys, Ash from Off Grid Mojo with an update. Pardon me. Finally got the LEDs in, and geez, that was a muck around. Which required a soldering iron and all sorts of shit. Took me 4 hours to wire up 2 sets of 1 meter LED strips to this dongle over here. If you can see it, there it is there, hidden away in there. Bought that from J-Car, which allows you to control it via an app on your phone, which does a bunch of different colours and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. I'll just try and get it over here and show you a bit better. Alright, so you turn this little thing around here and it changes the light, but I've disconnected the personal hotspot, so it's not going to do it, and I can't run this bloody thing, the gimbal, while I'm doing that. So anyway, that's what that is. It changes colours, you can change the brightness of it, a bunch of other things. You can have the lights run to music. I think they use the bass or something and the lights flash, all sorts of stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I've got a lot more light in there now. As you can see, a lot better. Some of the things I've done in there. There's a bit of insulation coming down. I'll have to fix that. These are the attachments for all the various things I'm going to have hanging off here. I'm going to have an overhead net over here. It'll probably hold some clothes in there. And obviously in the images you've seen before, it will be all sorts of backseat vehicle compartment things on either side, which will be holding food, clothes, etc. So that's it for that. Yesterday, or when I say yesterday, my last video upload, I said that the tape that I was using was croc grip. I made a mistake. It's actually called Gorilla cloth tape. 32 meters from Bunnings, $24.90, and that's the stuff that I have done over the seams there, and that is by far the better stuff. I think the croc grip, I got mixed up. The croc grip is the reflective tape that I'm still yet to buy to do the 3 white stripes through there. So anyway, I haven't been here for nearly 5 days. My battery got down to 88%. So the quad's out here charging that battery. And now I'm about to finish off putting this pump here up onto this thing. You can see it a lot better now, I imagine. Not great, no, you can't see it a lot better. Anyway, I've got to do a few things here. I've got to try and stick the pump onto this NDF board and wire it up, or connect it all up. Put the enclosures in, the shower enclosure on one side and the water inlet on the other side of the dual car there. And I have ordered some stuff from Bunnings, a new water tank, which will go, there's the electrical box down under there. The new, the Waco goes in front of that, and then the water tank will slip in the side between the frame there and the Waco. And then obviously I'll run the water tap tube down into the opening spout of the water tank. And at the bottom of the water tank, there's a little, what do you call it, a little plug outlet thing there. And I'm going to run the pump straight into that. And I'm going to leave a little breather hole. Probably, yeah, maybe drill the tiniest little hole that I can in the top of that, so it doesn't cave in on itself when the pump's sucking the water out. It breathes out, so that'll be that. I'm pretty happy with those lights. I was really, oh man, it was such a psychological event doing that. Lots of swear words. Anyway, I'm really happy with it. I'm sorry I can't show you the, I can't film it, and because I've got it running as a hotspot into my iPad from my phone, the LED controller, I can't actually run this gimbal and run that at the same time and show you the lights. So I'll turn the gimbal off and then I'll just come in with my phone and do a bit of camera work there and just show you how that works. So I'll do that now. Oh, actually, I wanted to show you the door. I've skinned the door. I don't ever think I've shown you this. So this is the door. It just comes down. It's got two these things on either side like that. I'm going to get another two for inside so I can lock it from the inside when I'm in there, and that's basically it. That is the back door. Not quite finished. It's going to have a porthole in here so I can see out, and also be insulated on the inside. But what I will do, I'll just come in here and close this door and show you how much light is generated by these little LEDs, which are, you know, now we're totally in here. They've got two strips, two 1 meter strips, all up above. And look, you know, at night, that's all I need, really. When I'm cooking, obviously, I'll turn on this overhead one here, which, you know, really lights the place up for when I'm cooking. But when I'm not cooking, don't need that. Turn that off, and that's enough light. Anyway, I'll turn this gimbal off, and I'll just tape it through the phone, and so I can show you the little color selective thing there. Ciao for now. Okay guys, here I am in front of the app on my iPad, and as I said before, I've just hotspotted, put the hotspot on, and then it's just the iPad's a bigger screen. Anyway, here you go. I'll lift this up. Well, actually, I'll show you this little circle here. You just turn that around, and that changes the light. See that? Changes the light to all different funkiness. There's red. Here's meditation orange somewhere in there. Anyway, I think it's cool. I'm very happy with that. There's one that's kind of nearly white. So that's it there, guys. That's the RGB Wi-Fi controller for LED strips. You just need to be careful when ordering LED strips. If you order an LED strip separately from a kit that already has the dongle there in it, you need to be careful that you stay with RGB strips that are compatible with a 4-pin controller. You can get 5-pin controllers, and therefore RGBW, which have a very intense, like sunlight white in them, and that was the one I blew up the other week. So just be careful of that. I'll supply links at the bottom of the description for all this stuff, and I'll get back to work. Ciao. Quick update, guys. I've done some more Gorilla Grip tape around the seams around on this side. I've almost run out of that. I've ordered some more, but yeah, it's one of those things. You think you've got enough of something, but you don't. So that's what's happened there, and I've done all up here and underneath and with the tape, and down the back where the door is, you see it down there. I'll try and zoom in a bit. There was a big gap at the very bottom of the door, so I just ran some thick weather seal foam in there, which I'll end up putting some black tape over so it looks more like it's part of the vehicle than just, you know, a big hunky bit of weather tape there. But I'll take you around, see if I can show you a little bit better. And okay, so this is it in here. There was a big gap there, so I'll open up the door and I'll show you what I did there. This bloody gimbal is doing some weird funky shit. Alright, here we go. Lift you up. Okay, I had the lights on in there before, obviously, because I was doing some work in there. Can't really see it now. I've turned the lights off. Oh, hang on. Turn this on. Turned the lights off because they draw about 60 watts of power, and my battery was down to 94, 95, and it was a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, but just wasn't charging the battery quick enough, so I turned the lights off. I just wanted to show you this here, what's happened here. is that when this quad was originally made, the dimensions and everything were done, well, the height was done in relation to the Waco there. And the reason that is because the Waco is the very end of the bed where my feet go. I have a nice mattress to go over there, but when I did the cage at the bottom, as you can see there, I've got a 30mm piece of closed cell foam there, and then a 5mm piece of core flute on top of that. I didn't take any of that into account, and I didn't tell Ben, who made this quad, about that. So anyway, I just needed to make an adaptation. I put some more foam on top of the core flute that was already there in the bed area, and then I put a piece of 2.5mm flute on top of that, and it's pretty much in line with the Waco, the top of the Waco. So there'll be no incline there, which means there'll be no blood rushing to my head and affecting my sleep, which is very important for you guys, you know, caravans, RVs, mobile homes. You know, just through experience, even the slightest angle can stuff up a night's sleep big time. So anyway, let's get to this foam. So down here at this door, there was a massive, well, not a massive gap, but there was a gap, and I didn't like it. So I've just put some foam in there. I will eventually put some Gorilla Black tape over there to hide all that, and then I need another smaller, thinner, not as thick piece coming up into here, because there's still a little bit of gap in there, but I'll get that another time. I don't know if I told you in a previous upload earlier on, but I cut this down. It was quite a bit longer, and I cut it down. And instead of running that plumber's blue glue stuff in there, because, you know, that's pretty final, that stuff. Well, it's not pretty final, it is final. And I want to be able to still get into the unit, into the wiring, if something happens. So I just drilled a hole through the two pieces and ran a little screw there, just there. And that'll hopefully be okay. So what I'm actually going to do now is I've finished work for the day. I'm actually going to take this whole quad out, attached with the prime mover. And I'm going to take it for a spin just around this storage facility a few times, just for my own edification, and also to get this bigger solar panel charging the battery faster. And then I can go. When I say go, I'm going to take out the prime mover for a spin today. I'm going to, once the battery's charged, I'm going to unhook it, put the semi-trailer living module away, and I'm going to lock everything up. I'm going to park my car down here. I'm just going to go for a spin for about half an hour or an hour. It's one of those things, I get so busy trying to finish this project, and I don't get to go for a ride. So today, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I go for a bit of a ride and test her out. That's it for the moment, guys. I'll put everything away and get it out, and I'll take some more footage then. Ciao for now. Okay, here I am. Got the whole unit out. Approaching now, give you a better look, guys. This is what it looks like from the back coming up. And just open this, give you another quick look inside during the daylight. It's very dark still because I don't have the LEDs on. So anyway, you've all seen that in there. I know you can't see it very well, so I'll close it up. It's nowhere near finished yet, but you get the idea. So let's step back a bit and see if I can bring this zoom out a bit. But that's basically what it looks like when it's out of the shed. And you know, I've got the portholes yet to go, the paint job, all sorts of stuff. So it's still, you know, in its unfinished stage. But I just brought it out because I wanted to charge the battery faster so I can actually unhook the semi-trailer and go for a ride in this. I'm not talking about the e-bike battery, I'm talking about the semi-trailer's battery. It's down to 95%. I've got some parasitic draw there, which is, as I mentioned previously in an upload, the USB plug and the monitors draw all together 6 watts. Now I could detach them and that'd fix that problem, but I don't want to do that. It sounds strange, but I want the battery to go down a little bit here and there. I want it to do what it's supposed to do. And you know, 10% down from 100 down to 90 or 88% is fine. I come back every couple of days, so it's not an issue. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to take it for a spin around here a few times, and then, well, this is all like flopping out in the heat. So, I mean, this black core flute is the first iteration. At the time, I couldn't afford the really thick core flute, so I just went with this stuff, and I like the colour black as well, so that's why I did that. But it's looking like it's not really going to last the time, so what I'll end up doing eventually is ripping it all off and putting 8mm on there. But for the moment, this is a good, you know, this black stuff's not that expensive, so I haven't done my nuts on that. Alright guys, I'll turn it off and go for a ride.